Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona are confident about signing Marcos Alonso alternative Javi Galán in the range of 10 to 12 million euros. We are going to be discussing about that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, as it has been reported that Barcelona want to stick to their 30 million euro asking price for the world-class striker. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's quest to sign a new left-back this summer has come to a halt. The club had targeted a move for Chelsea star Marcos Alonso a few months earlier, but that move is yet to materialize since. There are also question marks over Alonso's quality, with the former Fiorentina star often having a reputation for being one of the most error-prone fullbacks in the Premier League. It has compelled Barca to consider other alternatives in the market. Recent reports suggest the club are considering re-entering the market for Javi Galán, who was one of Xavi's top targets earlier in the summer. A recent report from Helena Condis has offered an update on the situation. The Spanish journalist suggests that the Celta Vigo star has a release clause in his contract worth around 18 million euros. It is extremely high for Barca, especially in light of their current financial situation. However, Condis claims the club are confident that they can lower that price to as much as 10 million euros. Such a figure would make Galán no less than a bargain, as the left-back offers good experience of Spanish football and has the technical prowess to thrive in Xavi's tactical setup. At the age of just 27, he is at the peak of his powers and making him an ideal fit for Barcelona this summer. However, it remains to be seen whether Celta Vigo have any intentions to offload their star player this late in the transfer market. They would indeed have very little time to find a proper replacement, which could prove to be problematic for the team going into the new season. That said, Gerard Romero claims that Barcelona want to include Sergio Dest in a deal to sign a fullback. He will obviously not want to move to Celta, but could be bargaining cheap to see a different players move to the Camp Nou. A lot more could be reviewed in the coming days as Celta Vigo take an official stance on the future of Galán. So from the look of things, you can see Barca are really determined to bring in Javi Galán as the new left back. They are more focused now on Javi Galán, and Marcos Alonso, they don't really have time for him like at first, right? So I think Barca are trying to do this because Galán will cost them very little compared to Marcos Alonso. Of course, earlier we spoke about the fact that Celta Vigo have been insisting that Barca must pay all that release clause of Javi Galán, which is worth 18 million, before they can even consider leaving the player. But Barcelona still are convinced that they can still convince Celta to pay that amount less than the 18 million. Of course, they are confident about signing the player for 10 to 12 million euros and most. So let's see. To the extent of that, Barca are also proposing that Sergio Dest should be included in that deal. But there's nothing said about if Celta Vigo will accept such a proposal of Sergio Dest included or not. We know Sergio Dest's time at Barca have been really unfortunate this season. Have not featured, have not kicked the ball even once, have not been part of the squad list at all for the first two games of La Liga. So it is widely expected that Sergio Dest will normally depart the Camp Nou because the World Cup is coming and he will not stand to be in the house without touching the ball and expect to play for the World Cup. So he will likely leave. So Barca think that they can use him as a make exchange in this deal for Javi Galán, but it is still very doubtful if Sergio Dest will like to go to a club very low as Celta Vigo in La Liga. So let's see how it goes. Javi Galán is interested in a move to Barca, as it has been reported. He knows it is an opportunity that can be missed forever, and he wants to make use of it. Barcelona are not trying to make it as easy as he wants. The player is a very good player. Yes, I think last season he had one of the best dribbling success rate in La Liga. He knows the footwork very well, and he's a very good attacking minded left back. So interesting to see what happens in the coming days. We just have barely 9 days in this transfer window to go, and Barca can't keep wasting a lot of time when it comes to negotiations for new players. So there are still a lot of pending issues that need to be resolved. Registration of the players like Jules Koundé, and of course, even if we sign this guy, we still need to register him. So Barca have a lot of thinking to do before the summer transfer window comes to a shot. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has become a hot topic in the transfer market over the past few weeks, especially with Chelsea running a late operation to sign the Barca forward. The club's head coach Thomas Tuchel has an excellent relationship with Aubameyang, having worked together at Borussia Dortmund in the past. Aubameyang even has a track record of scoring 79 goals in 95 competitive matches under the German tactician. However, Barcelona have been far from lenient when it comes to Chelsea's negotiations over Aubameyang. Despite their apparent need for a financial injection, Barca have appeared surprisingly resilient in their quest to keep hold of the attacker. There are reports of Chelsea submitting an offer below the €20 million mark, but those offers are unlikely to be entertained by Barcelona. According to Gerard Romero, the Catalans are holding out for a fee of around €30 million. It was the starting price for Aubameyang as things stand. Barca are not expected to lower the valuation even if Chelsea continue their efforts. This report comes in the midst of speculations over the future of Memphis Depay. The Dutchman is reportedly closing in on a move to Juventus, with his representative seeking an agreement over personal terms in Turin. Depay's potential departure could bring in significant revenue at Barca, although it might not be enough to help the club register Jules Koundé in time by the end of the month. With that in mind, the club are actively looking to offload other fringe players in that team. Aubameyang was among the players in contention to leave Camp Nou by the end of the month. But with Barca holding out for a fee of €30 million, a move to Chelsea appears to be a distant possibility. Barcelona still continue to insist that €30 million is the asking price for their star striker, Aubameyang, and Chelsea are still reluctant. I think that price tag have been the factor that has delayed this operation from going smoothly. Barca know very well that if they go far less than the 30, they will not be able to do some certain things like registration of Koundé and things like that. So, but it's still expected that Aubameyang would depart Barca and Chelsea are the favourites to sign him. But, things are still difficult as it stands due to the asking price from Barca. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.